Battery will get.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It is wonderful always to have Isha Koppikar, who is a dear friend of Dr. Santosh Pandey. And today I've been given the responsibility to introduce Shenman Helping Hand Foundation as the CEO and a friend of Dr. Santosh Pandey, to talk about the vision and what led to create Shenman Helping Hand. Dr. Pandey, as everybody know about him, is not only a visionary, he's a very kind and loving person. So what else can be expected out of a person who is filled with love? Care for people. Care for people who cannot reach Rijua. What about them? How do we reach them? So he created Shenman Helping Hand, and he conducts various free healing camps where he is curing, healing people with years of ailments, from pain to anything that, sometimes even medical sciences fail to cure. So keeping this in mind, what he has thought to create or afford medical facility for them to make it easily accessible and available. With a great this is what yes, doctor.
Wow.
So this is what he has created. Lots of love for everyone, and in return getting love from everyone. Heal in India initiative is something which he has adopted as a mission now. That why not making India a destination for holistic healing? A destination from where we will be creating our soldiers who will be healing people coming from all over the world. Making India a destination for curing any ailment which can be cured with love, kindness, and a healing touch. Doctor, not good enough? Yes?
Yes.
We are all together in this?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Right, Soma, let me assure you, like I said before, success is thanks. And I just wanted to share some good news. And you all know Isha is from Mangalore, where it's a land of beauties. Bombay, you lost out big time. I saw so much you too from Bengal and Calcutta. So Mangalore is the winner all the way. Thank you, Isha, for joining us. And I'll request Dr. Keki Turel, the eminent neurosurgeon, to begin this panel. And each of you all will introduce yourself. The panel is Today's Challenges and Innovations in Healthcare. This is being live streamed and will be shown to 42 million of our viewers across the world. Please welcome Dr. Keki Turel. We also have our honorable guest, Lashan Ford, also come all the way from Chicago, as you know, who heads 25 universities. He's young and he's very wise too. And he makes visions into reality. Please welcome panel number 2 for this evening. Over to you, Dr. K.P. Tirolji.
Thank you. Thank you. I thought I was going to talk on medical tourism, but anyway, since you talked about challenges of healthcare, how can you even summarize this question in a country of 1.4 billion people, where we are so heterogeneous, we are so diverse, and we are so differently skilled, with different infrastructure, languages, education levels, and so on. So I think we have a very diverse pattern of diseases that are prevalent in India, and to try and consolidate healthcare in a country like ours can be a very big challenge. At one time, when we were medical students, we were dealing and grappling with communication diseases. We were talking about infections. We were talking about smallpox and diarrheas and kwashiorkor, protein calorie malnutrition, and all these kind of polio. All those things were very prevalent. Now all those things over a period of time have got withered. We don't see polio, we don't see smallpox, we don't see many of these diseases, but chickenpox, yeah. But what we see today are a new style of diseases. What we see is disease because of a reviving middle class or getting upscaled, and we see different diseases which are related to a little more affordability or availability of things. We see challenges due to, let us say, motor vehicles, for example, simple example. We see more and more people driving two-wheelers and four-wheelers, and therefore we see lack of education resulting in greater number of accidents. So traumatic brain injuries or head injuries, which I am dealing with on a daily basis, happens to be the most prevalent condition, the greatest cause of death in India. One of the greatest cause of the young people is traumatic brain injuries, and that is because we are not aware of how to take care of our vehicles, of our roads. You see them every day, happening every day. There are at least 10 people dying every hour in India because of traumatic brain injury. So India is called as the trauma capital of the world. We have the maximum number of accidents in the country, and they are preventable, but they require education. Many years ago, when I was a consultant in the Middle East, I was asked to formulate a policy. I'm talking about the 80s, when I was asked by the Oman government to give a policy on, they were seeing a large number of accidents because they got superb roads, they got superb cars, and suddenly the Arabs from the camel came onto the Mercedes, and they did not know how to control themselves. So on an average, every day you would see broken heads and broken skulls and broken bodies, and it was a pitiable sight to see a country with so much resources having such a large number of accidents. So what was required was education. So what we require in our country today is educating the people on lifestyle, on basic healthcare problems, on diet, nutrition, exercise. What do you see today, the average child, where is he? Is he not in the playground?
No, on gadgets.
He's on this. So how do we, so the parents, it is the responsibility of the, first of all, it is the responsibility of the elders. They have to be trained, and they have to be educated. They must know how to walk on the footpath and not to walk on the streets. Every day you see accidents occurring because people are being knocked down. Today afternoon I saw a patient before coming here. A gentleman who was knocked down by a two-wheeler, and these boys, young boys, they were hurrying for an examination, which they had not prepared for. One fellow was reading on the mobile and the other fellow was riding. Can you imagine? And so education is very important to train people, and so this is about traumatic brain injuries. The other thing is education about their sport. If you have a healthy body and a healthy mind, a healthy body in a healthy mind, mens sano in corpore sano, as we say. So you need to have healthy bodies. If your children are going to stay at home and play tic-tac-toe, how are they going to become healthy? And on top of that, nutrition has become fast food. There is no quality nutrition. We do not get organic food. The so-called organic labels are not really organic. So we are giving them stored food, packaged food, which is extremely unhealthy. So we have to treat them on how to grow your food and eat that. How many? But it needs to, so you should tell me You should tell me when to stop, Prabhakar, because we have.
No, you want to introduce that.
So yeah. So now let me invite my dear friend Isha. This is the first time I'm seeing you and meeting you. So
I'm going to answer.
I'm going to happy to hear you now.
Please make sure you ask me something very simple.
So considering
Okay.
considering the background from where you come,
Yes.
and now where you are,
Yes.
let us see how you take care of your health in a simple words.
That's a very vast topic. Well, a very good evening, everyone here, and thank you, Panditji, for having me here. Well, I think it is something that has been inculcated ever since I was born. It is culture. It is, it's like a set of values that are taught to you from the time you're born. Lifestyle also should be inculcated. And it doesn't happen without you seeing your parents do that. You cannot tell your children to do something that you are not doing. You have to role model. You have to do it yourself for your children to pick it up and understand the importance of health and lifestyle. And like they say, charity begins at home. I think health is, it's a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. So the most important thing is it has to start from home. And then of course, as your school also has to teach you about nutrition. I think in our country, like I think Australia, they have to, there has to be a ban on gadgets and on the internet for social media for children below the age of 18. Because that again takes away from a lot that they can do outside the house.
Yes.
As kids, I played sports. I tried my hand at gymnastics, but I was not made for that, so I went and tried basketball. I became a state level player. Today I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. Yes, you'd just be good to me. And so this is something that, my father literally used to kick us out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning and say, go for a run. And we were like, why? Is he really our dad? Why is he doing this to us? And then you realize he also was very anti-antibiotics. He said your body, your immune has to do the trick. You have to let your body fight. Again, I used to ask myself, is this my dad? Because and now I realize the importance of all this. So, and my father is a doctor, and I come from a family of doctors. My father is a gynecologist. So yes, and I have all pediatricians and ophthalmologists and pulmonologists, and it's all in the family. I'm a half doctor. I mean, you know what I mean. Yeah, so I understand a lot about health. And I think I am doing pretty well, considering that I'm in my mid-40s and I'm looking the way that I'm looking. I think what you... So I think it's all, in there what shows here. It's you are what you eat and you also become what you cheat. So yeah, so I think it's very important, and health is really important. Mental health is also equally important, and a lot of people out there now actually speaking about it. That's also great. What else, sir? I can go on and on.
Yeah, so understanding mental health issues, as you rightly pointed out, is a very big issue. People first have to accept that they need help.
Yes.
By and large, there's a big taboo about it, especially in India.
Yes.
I know in America it's the opposite. But in India, it's a very big taboo. You don't want to disclose, you don't want to say that you have a mental illness, that you need help.
Yeah, they feel it's below, I don't know, yeah, like you said, taboo.
It is a societal taboo.
It's
like
a societal
epilepsy.
taboo.
If you have an epileptic seizure, if you are an epileptic,
Yes.
it's a big taboo. You do not disclose. Nobody likes to know that you are an epileptic. You don't want to disclose. The girl can't get married if she is epileptic. That's the Indian society. So I think there is a lot of taboo about this. And gradually, as the educational levels increase, as our openness about accepting certain problems will increase, then we will probably have, also we require very eligible counselors and very good psychiatrists and doctors who understand the problem apart from rolling out prescriptions of chemicals. So there is a very big need for people to understand the root of the problem rather than treating the symptom, understand the disease. So very important to understand, especially in mental illness. Talk about mental illness, which is such a big thing. Which is what we are seeing today is only the tip of the iceberg in our country.
And most of our conditions, physical conditions, it's psychosomatic. I mean, I went through a emotional crisis in my family some time back, and I ended up with a gut issue. And yeah, and your gut is your second brain. So I feel that a lot of your physical health is affected because of your mental well-being and your mental health. Because your brain is your gut is your second brain.
Yes.
So it's very, very important for all of us to be mentally stable and safe and healthy, to have a healthy body, is what I feel. And like you said, Doctor, I think it is all about acceptance. Because if we think it's a societal taboo, nobody would actually go out there and address the issue. Leave alone, no, I'm saying not address. They would, first of all, I think not awareness is what is needed, and then addressing. It's not happening only because people are scared to go out there, because it's treated as if there's something really wrong. I think just like a physical problem, a mental issue should be dealt with as much sensitivity, and it should be addressed.
The industry in which you are working.
No, everybody, even in our industry now, so everybody is very open about mental well-being, and if they have any issues, we have superstars and celebrities who have actually come out and spoken in the open about what they have gone through and about their issues.
We saw that recently in international sports people, for example, when they were not up to their mental level, they were not able to perform, and they took medical help, they sought counseling, and they got back to the sport. So it is a real problem affecting every aspect of life. And it is not only, let us say, in one aspect, like one showbiz or some, in some school children who are repeatedly not able to make the grade. So there are many, many areas in which mental health is required. Yes.
So much of competition,
Yes.
so many disappointments. People come from different parts of the world and different parts of the country to Bollywood. I can talk about my industry.
Exactly.
Because I'm representing my industry here on this forum, on this platform.
Yes.
Yes. We come here just thinking about the grandeur and the glamour, but we don't know the hindsight. We don't know what can go wrong. We just think of it as, wow, it's so beautiful. But we don't know the disappointments. And when you're actually in there and you jump into the sea, that's when you learn to swim. And that's when you learn to fight the storm. And I think what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So it is very, very important to have, along with your mental, of course, to be mentally stable, it's not easy. You need family support, you need your family to be there, you need, your loved ones to be around. And a lot of them don't have it here, because they come all the way from their places, they come here to fend for themselves. So I don't know how but it's a very big issue, sir.
Talking about mental health, do you know the suicide rate that has gone up?
Yes,
There's a
I
very
didn't want to talk about it. But
very, very significantly increasing rate of suicides. And do you know one of the professions in which it is very high, more than the average society people, is a medical profession. There is a large number of doctors committing suicide. On an average, in America, 400 doctors committing suicide every year. And this is not a joke. And this is also happening in India. So why would the doctors do that? I think the doctors are also having a very busy life. People are expecting too much. They have their problems in their medical college days, where they have these issues with their colleagues. And that is one of the reasons. Then comes the very hard aspect where they've been pushed into medicine. And therefore they cannot cope up with the subject. And that causes a failure. And that causes, one of my very, very good colleagues, neurosurgeons in the UK, he pushed his son into medicine, and all he did was, he pushed him off the highest floor of the building, and he was gone. So suicidal tendencies, well, in professional doctors, it is when you are unable to, when you get a flack, when you find that your cases have not done well, there's a litigation, and there are complications in your surgery. Doctor suffers equally much or even more sometimes. He sulks. He wonders whether he will be able to do another surgery of the same kind once again. And so some of them actually give up the profession or stop operating those kind of cases, self-doubt. So they become the second victim, as I call it. And the second victim syndrome is very common in medical profession, where they suffer, the first victim of course being the patient, they become the second victim. So this is another issue which we have to address and which we discuss amongst our medical circles. So yes, so suicide is another issue. Drinking alcohol and addictions is another problem in our society, which is now gradually catching up. We know that drugs is an issue, but it is only affecting certain group of people. But getting addictions, tobacco addiction, cigarette addiction, alcohol addiction, and drugs addiction, they're all very difficult to treat unless we have de-addiction, unless people accept that and they themselves volunteer that they want to be de-addicted. Nobody can help them. So the first thing must come from the victim himself, that he wants to get de-addicted. And then of course there are options available for treatment. So addiction is another issue where you need to train your kids, because it starts by observing people. For example, we know so many people at college, they start smoking because they see their other friends smoking. So just to be at par with the peers, they do that. So again, as you talked about good parental upbringing, good background, good home is what a stable home, undivided home. That's where all these qualities are so important, and they control the people so well. Isha, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We thank the panel. We'll write a request. I just want to tell you, Isha, if you did not know what was happening, this was the audition for the award jury for the top 20 global women of excellence, and in Washington, D.C. And Congressman LaShawn Ford, he said all the Hollywood actresses, what are you giving them global women of excellence? So let me see what is Isha Koppikar. Women of excellence, and on March 5th, I know you want your mentor, Dr. Santosh Pandey's approval to be flown to Washington, D.C. to receive that at the Congressional Capitol Hill. So please give it up to Isha Koppikar, named 2025 Top Women of Excellence. Members for being here, part of this panel, and we'd like to have Dr. Santosh Pandey will come now to present the Rijua Energy Memento to Ms. Isha Koppikar and to Mr. K.T. Thurr. And now we'll request Dr. Santosh Pandey to present the memento to Dr. K.T. Thurr, who's a legend in neurosurgery. Ishaji, please wait 1 minute. Yeah. We'd like to have your acceptance to the award first. And then to Dr. Dharmapuri Raghunath Rao, memento, Dr. Santosh Pandey will. Dr. Dharmapuri Rao. We have Ms. Kirtika Krishnamurthy from the Hawthorne Group of Companies to please come and present your mementos to Isha Koppikar and Mr. K.T. Thurr. And Dr. Vishwanath Ganeshan will present. The CEO of Hawthorne Group of Companies would like to have the site program. And now we'd like to present the 50th edition of the Global Magazine. Dr. Santosh Pandey. Thank you very much. Isha ji, we'd like to see if you're accepting the awards jury's recommendation. We want to have it on record. Both of you all can come together while you're doing it. Please come. Where's you? Come. You must come. Both of you together.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and oh my God, I'm humbled. I didn't know this was an audition for an award. I would have, studied a little more. Anyway, Pandey ji, of course, with his permission, I will accept the award, and I need some time. Yeah, I do accept the award. I mean, of course, thank you so much, but Pandey ji.
But what? Actually, I'm there always for you.
Yeah, if Pandey ji is with me, then I go wherever he goes. So, if you're there, then I'll be there. Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you heard me.
I repeat it again.
I said if Pandey ji is there, then I'm there.
Wow, that's a tough bit to get him out here.
Yes, he has to be there. Me not coming alone.
Wow, you got it. So now you better say if you're coming or not.
Yes, I'll be there, sir. I'll be there. Thank you.
And now we would like to call upon Dr. Vishwabharati Ganeshan. We're going to have a brief show and tell of the world's first net zero and green international health resort and
हम अपना करो, चलो बात करो।
मैं क्या बोलूं?
हिल इंडिया के बारे में बातें मत करो, खाली अपना वाला बात जो अपने
तो ये सवाल पूछिए मुझे
हिल इंडिया के बारे में पूछ रही है।
What is your take on Heal India initiative?
I think it's a great, good evening everyone, I think it's a great initiative that we are inviting all the professionals in the medical industry to come to our country and to heal people. It's going to be difficult knowing the population and the adversities, but I think it's a great initiative. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Doctor.
And I think only Dr. Pandey can make it possible.
Yes.
He's just blessed.
Yeah, his energy waves truly reach the entire world.
Yes.
And the fact that, Docky is someone, or Dr. Santosh Pandey, as he's formally known, is someone who loves to do the best for people around the world. And to be able to bring in an initiative like this that truly has the reach. He travels into like the most far-fetched, forgotten, small remote towns of this country. Imagine now we are able to extend this platform and make it global. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
My one question, where do you see healthcare industry moving India in a audience?
I think we're already known. I think a lot of our doctors travel abroad to treat people abroad, and I think our medical facilities are among the best in the world. No doubts about that. So I don't need to say much about that. But what's important here and what's different in Heal India is, I think it's the other way around. We have doctors coming from all over the world into our country to heal our people, to heal us, which is different.
And I also feel like it's such an interesting, combination where you bring knowledge of the West, medicine of the West, and then unite that with the learnings and the ancient, medicine that we have.
But I have one question. Is it only allopathy or it's alternative, naturopathy,
We can talk all.
everything?
We can talk. Yes.
So it's going to be great. Because a lot of doctors don't believe in alternative medicines.
Yeah, I am a big believer
But I'm
of alternative.
a big fan.
Big fan. And it has helped me.
And it has helped me. I mean, I walk my talk. I'm not just talking, without experiencing or without having gone through these remedies or alternative medicines. But I know Pandeyji for almost 20 years now. And I contribute my health and the way I look to a very, very large extent to Dr. Pandey. Just like now what Kubbra said, दाल मखनी खानी थी और मैंने बोला दाल मखनी खाती है तो ऐसे कैसे दिखती है, बोलती है दाल मखनी खा के पांडे जी के पास जाती हूँ.
मैंने कहा अच्छा ठीक है, मैं भी एक कोशिश कर लेती हूँ पांडे जी, उनको डाइटिशियन के पास जाने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है ना. सो आई मीन ही इज़ जस्ट, आई थिंक पांडे जी इज़ जस्ट ब्लेस्ड. ही इज़ गॉट द हैंड ऑफ गॉड, you know, and he's got a healing touch. He's infectious. He is very loving, and that people can feel that love. So I can just go on and on about Pandeyji. I mean, what can I say? Pandeyji, I love you. God bless you.
Thank you.
And may
I
you
love
rise
too.
and shine.
Yes. You know, this whole dream that you have about uniting the entire world under the one branch of medicine itself, and to be able to, you know, spread the joy and cheer and health around the world, it's a great initiative, and only someone like you could think of this.
अब आप भी कुछ बोलेंगे या ऐसे करेंगे?
So see, it's all my pleasure because I'm listening both of you, and that gives me so much, joy from within, because I have got so many advocates who actually are advocating for me, so I don't need to talk too much. But yes, this therapy which we are doing, it's all natural, and it can heal. I would say, if I won't say 100%, but yes, more than 90% cases we are able to heal, like this way that you have seen already, and that's why you are loving it so much. So it's a very good initiative which we are going to take support from all of you to make the reach of this therapy more. That's why my team is always, my Dr. Vijay sir is here, like he's secretary of my, Sunman helping my hands. He's always ready to give all the best. My team, Akshay, from so many years. So same way, I'm now going to introduce more people into this, holy field. I would say this is something very that you said, infectious. I would say this is very spiritual, because when you do
Pious.
it from the pious, when you do from your inner heart, from your soul, then you had it.
Yeah.
And you get result. People are happy. They are making you happy all the time. Good about you. You need not to take anything from this universe. That's the best feeling,
Pandeyji, I think people start healing the minute Pandeyji starts talking.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Before
right?
he touches you and he puts all those. By the way, why are you crying today? You make us cry all the time with your needles.
Yeah.
He's in tears
He
today.
made me cry earlier this afternoon.
That's why I cried. I thought
Anyway, he made all of us teary-eyed today as well. Well, first time I've seen him in 20 years crying.
So you
I've
feel
never seen
so
him cry.
good. You feel so good because you are doing such a wonderful thing that people are talking about you in such a way, because it's nothing. It's like tears of the happiness. Nothing else.
As an actor, when you see people appreciate your work, as an actor, but he actually gives life to people. People come there with their trauma, with their illness, and how much ever money you may have, if you're not healthy from within and you don't have health, what is all that money? What use can you put that money to? So, and if you can actually heal people and make them healthy, I don't think there's anything bigger than that, better than that, and there's no happiness. That's why you cried.
Yes.
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 That feeling of healing others, and I'm so happy that because you cried after your AV, I remember. And the fact that everybody is so happy and so healed, and God has made, He's the special one who can do this. पांडे जी, मैं आपसे पैसे लेने वाली हूँ आपके बारे में इतना बात करने के लिए.
Always, you are partner into all the crimes, so don't worry.
He takes.
The last question, ma'am.
Yeah.
How do you think Rajua and the descendant can be instrumental in that?
Rejuva is synonymous with Pandeyji. I mean, I always tell him, Pandeyji, अभी ये हाथ जो है, ये मतलब ये हाँ, इसको आप इंश्योर कीजिए.
Yes.
मैं बता रही हूँ आपको.
जी.
हाँ, इसको भी.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Pandeyji is legendary. I'm hoping even Rejuva becomes a legacy, and for many years to come, I mean, people get healed under that roof, of Rejuva, and that's my only, blessing to you, Pandey ji, कि आप जितने लोगों को heal कर सको उतने लोगों को आप heal करो, क्योंकि जिसमें आप उसी में आपको खुशी मिलती है.
So वही करने के लिए जन्म हुआ है. Actually मैं बोलता हूँ कि
That's his purpose.
ये जन्म ही अगर लोगों को फायदा करने में, हेल्थ को सही करने में मिला हुआ है, तो इससे ज़्यादा सुख और कहीं नहीं मिल सकता.
Yes.
अगर लोगों के दुख भरे चेहरे पे थोड़ी देर के लिए मुस्कान ला सकते हो।
अरे बहुत देर के लिए,
उससे-
और थोड़ी
हाँ,
देर के लिए।
तो भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है और बहुत जिंदगी भर के लिए ला सके तो और क्या चाहिए।
Yes.
थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग ऑलवेज।
अभी इतनी बातें की, अभी और क्या बात।
Pandey sir is doing great job, you all know.
Yes.
As artists, you both are the inspiration for so many people. You know, इतने सारे ट्रैवलिंग, इतने सारे काम के बाद भी आप लोग अपने आप को फिट रखते हो। एक हेल्थ केयर अगर आपके फैंस, अपने चाहने वालों को बताओ, आप लोगों को।
I would say discipline. The discipline with which I end up going to the gym every time,
And what you eat.
and what I eat is the same discipline with which I go to Dr. Pandey.
Yeah, me too.
That's
I do use the same discipline. So for me, reaching out to Dr. Pandey and visiting him on discipline is not because I feel unhealthy or because I'm sick. I'm doing it so that I never fall sick. And there are two ways to look at your health itself, because we end up going to a doctor when we are feeling ill. But then when you meet Dr. Pandey and he gives you like remedies and he gives you a way to live your life pain free and to live your life ailment free, then I don't think you end up going anywhere else. And that's the discipline that with which you treat yourself, the way you treat your mind, the way you treat your body. And thank you for allowing me to do that. It's a safe space.
She said everything, and I've said also a lot. उसमें से कुछ मिल जाएगा आपको। कॉपी पेस्ट कर
आइए।
Thank you.
थैंक
Thank
यू।
you so
चलो अब
much.
दाल मखनी।